Hello, my starlings. To celebrate reaching 1K, which I really thank all of you for, I'm going to be doing a Q&A like I said I was going to. And I gathered all the questions I could from you all before I decided to do it. So we're going to go through these, I'm going to talk about them a little bit, and that will be pretty much it. Now let's see. The first ones are from Yearning Raven. And number one is, are there any other characters you can voice? And if so, what are they? Well, all the ones that I'm pretty sure that I can do would be Sun and Moon. Well, the Moon somewhat, I suppose. And then Blood Moon, and Eclipse, and Solar, and Lunar, and I think Jackal Moon. I believe that's it. No, Ruin. Ruin, too. I can do Ruin as well. And then number two from Yearning Raven would be, who do you like voicing more, Sundrop or Moondrop? Now, that is a good question because Sundrop is a very, very, very big comfort character for me, so I really do enjoy everything about Sun, including being a mediocre voice for him. And then number three is, what is your favorite ice cream flavor? Now, you'll have to listen to me on this one because it's vanilla. However, vanilla ice cream with fresh out the oven chocolate chip cookies, and if I want to get more fancy with it, I will put chocolate syrup on it just to make it better. And then they end their list of questions with, by the way, I think you're so awesome. I love your audio so much. I always feel happy getting a notification that my favorite channel has posted. And I really do appreciate hearing that from Yearning Raven. And now we will move on to the next list here. They ask, what got you into voice acting? Well, when I was younger, I would always impersonate my favorite characters from like shows and stuff that I watched. But then later on down the line, when I got older, I discovered that like that's an actual thing that people will do, and they can actually make a good career off of it. And that's something I would really love to do for like a professional career. That's something I'd really like to do. And then number two is, do you have any apps to help change your voice for a specific character? And the answer to that is no, because I am very technologically inclined and I have no clue what I'm doing when it comes to those things. So I really just do raw audio and then post it, editing it a little bit with whatever skill of editing I have, and then just posting it for you all to see it if you want. And then, so that's pretty much what I have on that. And then number three being, who is the easiest you can voice act? And that would be Eclipse and Solar, just because, well, I'd say Eclipse, Solar, and Ruin, just because Eclipse and Solar is just my voice relaxed, and then Ruin is literally just my normal voice period. And then they end off their list with, I love your videos, by the way, and that's very nice of you. But we are going to move on to the next list now, and the list starts off with, what is some advice for a beginner voice actor? Now, the advice I have to give as a not at all professional voice actor would be, if you're trying to like do a voice of like a character or something you really want to, just like listen to it over and over and over and try your best to replicate it just as much, like to the literal best of your ability. Like that's, in terms of trying to do a character voice, that's all I can really do because that's all I do personally. But if you're like trying to audition for something and like being the voice of a character that needs an audition for it, just audition with your normal voice because, well, no one else in the world will ever have your voice. So that's unique and unique to only you. But then if that doesn't work, then try something different, something a little more like, what they're looking for. But that's all I have for advice on a beginner voice actor. But with number two on this list is, how long have you been into voice acting? And I would say maybe 3 or 4 years, I suppose. And then number three being, how long do you plan to continue your channel / continue voice acting? I plan to continue voice acting for as long as I can. Like, I really would love to make a long-term career out of it if I could. I would really enjoy that. That's always been a little dream of mine to do. As of continuing my channel, I really don't know. just because I've been humiliated for having this channel like multiple times, and I don't know. Number 4 being, what is something you like to do when you're bored? Well, I do have a VR headset, and I like to play VR chat and try to make friends on there with people who share my interests, and sometimes it does work. But I am very socially anxious in real life, so most of the time it doesn't, but I still do it anyway. And I will either practice my piano or my brass wind instruments, or I will do art, or just go outside for a little bit and do something out there. But moving on to the next list is from Foxtail Studios. And Foxtail says, congrats on 1K when you reach it. And they say, here's a couple questions from me. Might add a few more later. It's literally like 1 or 2 at the moment. And we have 3 to go through here, which is, what kind of mic do you use for recordings? Well, I simply use the microphone on my phone, because I don't have any sort of like setup or studio or anything. It's literally just me wherever I'm at, and I just pull out my phone and I do this. So that's it for me in terms of like equipment, of which I have none. And then number 2 being, who is your favorite character to voice? And I really don't have a favorite. I may have preferences between certain ones, but I don't really have a favorite, to be honest, because I like doing all of them, even though I do prefer some over others. And then 3 being, what app do you use for editing? And I just use CapCut because that's the only one I know how to use. And then they end off their list with, you're an amazing person. I hope you have a wonderful day/night, which is also very kind of you. The next list is from Thefis Hofacat, and they say, I'm excited for the Q&A and the fact that you'll hit 1K soon. I think I'm too lazy to check. And their list here, starting at 1 here, is, are there any other fandoms that you like? There are several other fandoms that I like, because I am a multi-fandom weirdo, but I suppose the ones I could name off the top would be, one obviously being Sun and Moon. And then I love Murder Drones, and The Amazing Digital Circus, and Pressure, and Hazbin Hotel, and Hell of a Boss. Those are the only ones I can think of at the top of my head right now. And then number 2 being, what are your opinions on the characters you do scenarios for? I really don't have any opinions on them, and I'm more concerned about the opinions of what everyone else thinks of them, and not really me, because you all are the one who goes to see them, well, whenever they go up, and it's not really, I'm not really worried about what I think of it, and it's more important of what you all think of it. But that's all for that, really. And then they end with, I can't really think of much to ask, but I hope you have a good day/night. And that's very appreciated. And then the next list of questions is from Lonely Girl, and the first question is, will you repost old videos like Solar X Listener? I won't, because I don't have them. And then the question 2 is, will you do more of the Sun and Moon show, the Lunar and Earth show, and the Eclipse and Puppet show? Ex-listeners. Well, here's the thing. I will post literally whatever you all want. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't have to exclusively be like Five Nights at Freddy's. This is just what I started with, because this was what I was suggested to do. And then question 3, which is a long one here, is what kind of ASMRs and ex-listeners will you do? Like, what are you comfortable with doing? For example, are you comfortable with 18 plus kind of content, Or will content be fluff content like cuddles and comfort? Please don't take this the wrong way, and I'm just being curious. I'm just strictly being curious, that's all. Like I said earlier, I will put up whatever you all want. It truly doesn't matter to me. Whatever you all want, I will gladly do it. Like, if it's 18 plus, then that's fine. I don't mind that. But, like, whatever you all want. And then this one is from Andy Shear, and it says, congrats for when you reach 1K. I just know you'll get there. As for questions, do you plan to do more Sebastian audios in the future? I really loved the one you did, And other question, what made you choose to set up this ASMR channel? Sending love. Well, I would gladly do other Sebastian audios, because I love Sebastian. But if you all want more like that, then I'll gladly do them. And then as for what made me choose to set up this channel, is that I had a friend, um, who also has a channel but recently privated their videos, called by the name of Tuffly VA. Um, they loved my Sun and Moon impersonations that I would do around them whenever I played VR with them, and they wanted me to make this. So I was like, whatever, why not? I've never been YouTube famous in my life, so I just decided to go for it and do it. And then the next question is from Sunny B2. And Sunny asks, are there any scenarios that you already have planned? If so, what are they? I actually don't plan any of these scenarios. I just have, like, I'm not creative at all. I am the most uncreative person you'll ever meet, actually. I have to, like, I don't have a, like, upload schedule because I can't think of scenarios to do. That's why I rely on, like, requests and stuff, just because I'm not creative enough to think of one on my own. So that's pretty much that. The next question is from Glamrock Shanika the Fredbear, and they ask, what do you like about making the videos you make? I just like the fact that you all like them. The question after that is from Joy Gomez, and they ask, who is your favorite character from the Sun and Moon show? My favorite character from the Sun and Moon show would probably be Earth, or Lunar, or Eclipse or Solar. There's a lot of things where I really don't have favorites, but just stuff I like, because it's hard for me to pick favorite anything. The next question is from Jana, and they ask, will you post a Blood Moon ASMR? I always plan to, but I just never had a good scenario that I could do with it, that I feel like I could carry out for at least 10 minutes. But if I can ever get one, then I will. The next one is from Loving Heart, and they say, top questions you can answer if you want to. Who do you like playing more? Definitely Sun, Moon, and Ruin, just because they're very simple to do. I don't have to make any crazy changes. Because some of these require a lot of energy, and then when you record these videos at like 3 in the morning, it could kind of be a lot more exhausting than usual. So definitely probably those, since they're pretty much my normal voice. And then they ask, if you were friends with either Sun, Moon, Solar, or Eclipse, which one would you be friends with? Probably Sun. I'd like to be friends with Sun and Moon, because I don't think Solar or Eclipse would like me. So then they end off with, why are you so cute and lovable? I really don't think I am, but everyone has entitled to their own opinion. The next one is from Chester Bell, and they ask, what got you into voice acting? Definitely Michael Kovac. Just seeing all the really cool projects that he was a part of, and the fact that he's like very loved just as the person he is. And then they end off with, also congratulations on 1,000. And then our last bit of questions here, it says, are you ever going to do more of Sun? Well, of course I will do more of Sun if I can ever think of a scenario for that little guy. But yes, of course I will do more Sun. Yeah, I like this one. Are you ever going to do anything besides ASMR, like something like blogs or something like that? I can. Like, I could, like, upload videos of me playing on my instruments or something. Or like a drawing video or something. I mean, I'll put whatever you all want me to put up here. Within reason, of course. But but we'll just have to see that. These last 3 questions were from Yori Mooney. But this concludes the Q&A now, and wow, this might be the longest video I upload on my channel.